Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. If you happen to be watching on YouTube, welcome. Glad you're here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. Today, I'm helping you start something new or important. It's time to start. Are you ready? Let's get started. This is the third in a series of short sessions on starting. If you're watching me, you can click the link above my shoulder. If you're on the podcast, just look back and then come back for one more next week. Sometimes a kick in the seat of the pants will get someone upset or get them hurt. But if you ask someone to give you a kick in the seat of the pants, that probably won't really work very well either. And there are probably better ways to get started. So let's think about something other than a swift kick, as my father used to say. So if you've decided to start a project or implement an idea or try a new routine, it reminds me of my favorite riddle. Here's the riddle. There are 5 frogs sitting on the log. One decides to jump off. How many frogs on the log? 5. If you were thinking 4, you must remember that there's a big difference between deciding and doing. Yes, there's a big difference between deciding and doing, and the difference is the shift that starts with starting. So it's easy for us to decide, I want to do that, but yet we actually have to do it. How do we actually start? I've got some thoughts for you on how to do it. First, have a clear objective. Have a clear destination. Where are you trying to go? What is your destination and why does that matter? Have a clear objective. Second, start small, but start. Now, if I was going to be flippant, I could say we're done, right? Have a clear objective and go do something. But we need to go further than that because the meat of the help comes beyond that. So I will say, have a clear objective and start small and start. But let me give you 5 more things to consider to help us get over that hump, to move from deciding to doing. And here they are. Number 1, plan your resources. Whatever resources you have, they may be a lot, they may not be very many, but plan them out. Think about how you're going to use them. How will you trade off time and money, for example? What resources do you have in terms of others that you know that might be able to help? Whatever your resources might be, plan how you might be thinking about using them next. Get input from others. Now, it can be very valuable to get feedback, ideas, input. Talk to someone who's done what you're trying to start. But I wouldn't lean into it so much that if someone else is giving you negative thoughts that you immediately, well, I can't do that because it'll never work because it didn't work for them. Like, we want to hear from others. We want to have input from others, but we need to make the final decision. And if the destination and the why matters enough to us, take that input, but then you may say, hey, even if they're being a bit negative, even if they're cautioning me a little too much, maybe I'm still going to move forward. But don't just be on an island. Next, build a plan. Have a plan. Don't worry if the plan will have to change, because it probably will. But you should still build a plan, and then you should be flexible. Be flexible, knowing that as the world changes and as things show up that you're going to have to adjust. Don't let the need to change the plan keep you from starting, right? Momentum will allow you, when you get to that moment of needing to be flexible, to make the adjustment that you need to make. You can't figure all of that out up front. That's one of the reasons we don't start, right? So build a plan, be flexible, and be ready to learn. Be ready to learn, be willing to learn, be able to learn. One of the great things that comes from starting new things is the learning that we get, not only about what works, but what doesn't, and how we can get even better moving forward. So there are 7 things that you can do to help you start something new, to get off the dime, to jump off the log, to get going. Hope you found it useful. Let me close with today's remarkable reminder. Waiting isn't a good strategy. You kickstart your success when you start. How about you start every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with me, with our free newsletter, Your Remarkable Day? You can learn more and join us for free by clicking the link that you see here or by going to kevineikenberry.com/newsletters. Your remarkable day every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I hope you'll be back here with me next week for another episode of Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.